Welcome back.
Welcome.
We've filmed.
We're talking to the camera now,
Smooth
aren't
opening there.
Yeah, we've done. What we've done is we've worn the same clothes as last week,
We have.
Yeah.
and I've not cleaned up since last week.
No.
I bought this T-shirt today, by the way.
It's nice.
It is good, isn't it?
It's good.
There's a really nice store in Truro next to Cotswolds that's like it's got like T-shirts of like it had wait I thought I was just talking about something random. I'm actually segueing into this quite well.
Yeah.
There is we walked past on the outside. The first thing I saw was a T-shirt that said the Hellfire Club.
Oh, nice.
And it was Stranger
Yeah.
Things merch, but it's
Yeah.
got like Ramones T-shirts and Metallica T-shirts and stuff like that. It's like, but then I saw this T-shirt and I was like, hey, it's kind of nice.
I want
nice.
the Hellfire Club baseball top, but it's
Well,
I think it's a bit too on the nose.
But they,
I like
I love Stranger Things. I wouldn't have recognised that until I just watched season 4 just now. But I don't think most other people would know it. And I was tempted to go and buy one. They're like 25 quid in that shop in Truro.
Nice.
Go buy one. And they look really nice quality.
Yeah, I saw someone in one the other day.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Are we? Hang on. Spoilers or no?
Well-
come on, it's been on Netflix for the past 6 months.
We've got.
Yeah.
I think we've got to spoil it.
Eddie Munson.
Spoil it. Yeah.
I've literally just watched
Yeah.
season 4, episode 9 today.
Did you cry when
Dustin
Dustin talks to his uncle?
I didn't think he was going to go.
Yeah.
I didn't cry, but now I think
I
about it,
had
I'm
my
like,
suspicions.
oh my god! I thought
Not because of spoilers, actually.
Do
Because
you know what?
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Why do you think?
Because they were going on about how he's never fought for anything in his life and all this. I was like, he's going to be the one that makes the
Yeah.
sacrifice and all this. They're
He
kind
runs
of,
Well, this is
away
the thing,
from
because I was
Chrissy
like,
at the start.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, someone's got to die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because that's a TV thing now.
Well, no one's died for a while in that series.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
because you had
Billy.
Bob, which
Billy
was,
died.
and
Well,
you
that's
know what?
true.
They had a thing about people named B, Bob, Billy,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
Uh,
Bob?
Bob the Brain.
Sean
Samwise
Astin.
Gamgee.
Samwise
Gamgee.
Gamgee,
I was going to say Gandhi then.
Oh my God, Bob!
Actually,
Bob!
No,
let's just segue into that bit, because that episode of season 2, the finale,
Yeah.
when they're in the facility,
Yeah.
and the Demogorgons are like scaling the place, and Hopper's there with his machine gun.
Mm.
I absolutely love that episode. It's so good.
That was cool.
So cool. But
There's
yeah.
loads of fun.
And I think in every season finale, Hopper has a machine gun.
Yeah. There's one annoying bit
Yeah.
in the whole Russia
Go on.
bit.
Of season
You know,
4.
there's the Demogorgon on the stretcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like tied up.
Yeah.
One, why is it asleep? I mean, it's getting sedated. Probably, I don't know. Who knows? How did they do that?
Yeah.
But
That's true. Yeah.
Hopper just shoots it once and it dies. And
Yeah,
they've,
but he
like,
shoots
shot-
it. And then I think there is a thing. Is
Yeah.
He shoots it when its mouth is open, and he
Oh.
shoots it into its mouth. And there's a thing there where that ties into it, Stephen King.
Yuck.
The
Yuck. That scares me. It's always scared me.
you didn't like it.
The new ones are alright, but the old one
I
terrifies me.
mean the book.
The Tim Curry one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know about the deadlights? The
No.
deadlights were these things that when it opens its maw, it's got
Oh.
these bright orange lights that sort of circle around, like, and they're called the deadlights, which I think is just the
Oh.
best name ever.
Right.
When
Yeah.
Stephen King thought about that, he went, "The deadlights. That's amazing." And it's like that's his weak spot. That's his Achilles heel, basically.
Cool.
That's
Like
its
Resident
Achilles
Evil
heel.
games.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's apparently.
House of
I
the
read
Dead
some
games.
trivia on
Just
this.
shoot the
The
glowing thing.
Demogorgons
Yeah.
are, and apparently that is D&D lore, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's in that if the Demogorgons are vulnerable when their face is open like that.
Okay.
So yeah, because I thought that when he shot him, and then I was like, hang on, I've read something about this. So,
But its mouth is open loads when they're shooting at it.
It is. We said the same thing.
but
We watched it,
AK-47s
okay.
are also not the most accurate of weapons. So. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's a plot hole. I think it's just a guns sometimes miss their targets, especially when wielded by drunken police chiefs from
Yeah.
Indiana.
And
Helps-
also,
helps the plot.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
the recoil on that is hard to contain.
Yeah.
Contain.
I
Yeah.
imagine so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved Murray
Rolling. No, no.
Murray with the flamethrower.
Oh, that was great.
Murray with the
That was
flamethrower.
so
Oh
good.
my god.
Yeah.
That lit. I got
Highlight.
I got once upon a
Yeah.
time. I got once upon a time in Hollywood vibes from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He's
He
so
is.
good.
I thought he was going to be such a because was it Nancy and Jonathan go
Mm-hmm.
and see him in season 1 and they talk about sending the tapes out and like stuff
I think
like
it's
that.
season 2 actually.
Yeah,
it's when they're
season
working.
two.
at
Season two,
when they're
okay,
working
yeah.
at the newspaper. Yeah.
And then he's so integral. He's so
Yeah.
much comic relief.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so brilliant. And the scene where him and Hopper go into his kitchen and they drink vodka and he's just like, hands him a smoke, hands him a drink. I'm just like,
Yeah,
that's such
that's great.
buddy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like good stuff.
I like it when he's in the house cooking them breakfast. And
Yeah.
they're like, and he's in a dressing gown. It's like, no. All of them around the table, like, what's going on?
And when he's talking to Jonathan and Nancy, and he's just like, "You two are gonna get it on. You're gonna get it on." And you're like, "You have so many things in common. You're the right age. You're in
Yeah.
the right place, and you have the number one thing: shared trauma.
Yeah.
Just admit it."
Yeah.
And the same thing with Joyce and Hopper when he was talking
It
to
was-
Alexi, the
Yeah.
Russian guy, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What were you talking about?" He's like, "These two haven't slept together.
Mm.
They haven't slept together," and they both just start laughing. It's so human. It's so much.
You need a bit of humour in a
Yeah.
show like that.
What's the?
It makes it more
Absolutely.
accessible as well, and it takes it and it gives you a break from the bleakness of it. I think.
What's? I'm gonna get this so wrong. The guy, so the prison guard guy that goes with them.
Oh
Yeah.
He's in Game of Thrones, but
He's really
So,
cool.
Tom Verlaken, I think
Yeah.
he's German.
he-
This is the opposite of the podcast we just did, by the way, because
Last week.
I've watched Heat. I've watched Heat so many times in the past, which
Yeah.
you two have watched Stranger Things in the past. I only
Yeah.
just watched Stranger Things all the
Yeah.
way
Oh, I'm
through.
quite jealous that you've like just finished it.
It's-
The buzz I got after that.
Jack and
was great.
Hagar. Sorry, Jack and Hagar.
In Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones.
yeah,
Very cool.
the man with no face,
Yeah,
yeah,
but he's got a face.
a god
What?
with no name or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I loved about this recent Stranger
he's a
Things
weirdly
season,
beautiful man, isn't he?
He's a good-looking guy.
Sorry, man.
the Vecna thing
Yeah,
was, I mean, there's so many layers to that, but I love
Jamie. I can't remember his surname. but
incredible
yeah.
acting. But what I love is every time you hear that chime of the clock,
Yeah.
you know,
times, yeah.
you know he's going to be there in the scene.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of like
Dong.
Nightmare on Elm Street. It reminded me of those old 80s horror films.
It reminded me
where
of
it's like-
Terminator when you
Yeah.
hear Schwarzenegger's the bell tolling.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
For whom the bell tolls.
And it's like,
Mm.
oh,
Mm.
like that's become
Metallica
iconic now.
crossover again.
Mm.
You could play that chime now at a pub quiz, and people would be like, "I know that's from,"
Yeah.
and I love that.
Yeah.
I love that that's now cemented in
Well,
like.
Rich did do a quiz, and Joe behind the bar got. It was like 2 songs that were.
I did 10 songs of
Yeah.
from the Stranger Things
Oh,
yeah.
thing, and Joe got it in 2. What
Yeah.
the link was.
and,
which was
and they
was
weren't
Stranger Things,
like
yeah.
the super obvious ones.
Yeah.
No.
But like all of these songs now.
I think it was You Don't Mess Around with Jim. Or, you don't mess with Jim by
Yeah.
Jim Croce, which is one of my favourite songs.
Mm.
You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spin.
Yeah.
And that bit where Hopper's singing it in the car when he's just like put Mike in his place.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh shit.
That's quite a funny bit. Is that series 3?
Series 3, but oh my god, series 4 when they hug at the end.
Yeah. So cool.
And like when he says, "You've grown, you've shrunk."
Yeah.
I was just like,
was lovely, yeah.
in the fields.
Yeah.
And when
right
he comes
the
in
fields.
and he sees 11, and she
Yeah.
turns around and she sees him in the bedroom, and it's like
That was
lovely.
I'm gonna try
Lovely.
It was lovely.
I'm
It was
I'm
lovely.
gonna try
It
not
was-
to
it
mention
was
this
lovely.
too much,
It's
but
a
like
real TV moment.
it was a real thing where I'm like, I'm looking forward to doing that with my daughter. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to. Hopefully there won't be
Being in
so
prison
much
in
trauma.
Russia.
Yeah.
Breaking free.
Hey, Russian prison. Nah, it doesn't look fun. I was gonna say it looked kind of swashbuckling, but it's not.
Nice.
Yeah, it just looked grueling and painful. Yeah.
I reckon you would survive it though.
Russian prison.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
'Cause-
Why on earth would you think that?
Because I think if there was anyone that could survive in the wild or in some inhospitable place,
I am a professional performing artist.
It would be yourself.
I'd be the first one.
I've had this
that they
conversation
kneecap.
with many people at
You've
the
got a
pub.
bit of Ray Mears about
Yeah, I've said this. If there's one person I want to be in a desert island with,
you. Yeah.
it's Rich.
Yeah,
I,
I think it
I
was-
I
love,
know that I
I
would
love
survive.
the optimism, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're so fucking wrong.
He'd kill me.
I would.
I was just
would.
about to say.
I'd live long enough to
Yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that. I say it gets to a point
Yeah,
where I'd either annoy him enough,
yeah,
and it'd just kill me. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, right, this is a logical thing to do. I've not got any food.
Yeah.
so
I'd go full.
I'm just gonna eat Rob.
Yeah.
I would be like Richard on the beach, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I'd start seeing things and just thinking, all kinds of crazy shit, and like, yeah.
Maybe
But
I'd
no.
take someone else.
Yeah, I would. I honestly would. If that weird situation, that very specific situation arises where they say choose who you want to go and be on a desert island with, I'd pick Luke over me.
I'd pick Tom Hanks. He's survived.
Wilson.
There's a great bit in that film. I don't know if I'm making this up. I'm sure I've read this somewhere.
Yeah.
But when he finds out that what's his love interest
Should we
called?
swap for a moment?
Kelly.
Kelly?
It is Kelly, isn't it?
What are you on about?
In Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah.
And he finds out that Kelly is now with a dentist, right?
No.
It's his dentist, and his dentist is called Dr. Spaulding.
No.
Because
No.
Wilson is made by Spaulding Company.
That blows my mind.
No, Wilson is made by the Wilson Company, isn't he? Surely.
No, it's called Wilson, but it's by Spaulding or something.
Oh my god.
No,
There's
it's
some-
Spaulding. Spaulding
and of course
a
he
basketball.
I
removes-
might have this wrong. I'm
He
sorry.
removes
I've had
his
a bit of-
tooth with the ice skate, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
There is
that's
something to do
That's
with
one of my
Spaulding
top 10
and-
icks in any film.
We need to Google it. We need to Google
Um,
that.
In
I
any
might have
film
this wrong,
that
but there
he
is.
removes his tooth with the ice skate.
Spaulding is a basketball brand.
Yeah.
Wilson is like the volleyball one.
Maybe he's called Dr. Wilson then.
He can be called Dr. Spaulding because it's still a ball.
Maybe that's it. I've read this somewhere.
And it
it's
still makes
unbelievable.
sense. It still
we
makes-
need to Google it. I
We
need
have
to know. I need to
rampaged
know.
away from Stranger Things.
We
I
don't
love
need to
that.
know because it's basketball ball.
I need
brand.
to know. I need to know at some point.
Why don't you just trust me? Because it is.
I do trust
I'm just
you.
going to Google. I'm literally going to Google a basketball.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, I'd have.
Why
one of
didn't you
those
Google
eyes.
the character in Castaway? Because that would be better.
Wilson also make basketballs.
They do.
It's not.
I mean, I think if you can make one ball, you can make all the others. A lot of people are tuned in to watch the Stranger Things podcast,
Yeah.
and we're talking about balls.
Yeah, I think I've made this up.
Balls
No,
bowling.
why? It makes complete sense.
I think it makes sense.
Well, it's a ball brand.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense to what you're saying because
Yeah.
he's got Wilson, which is another ball brand.
Yeah.
Because Wilson was his best friend.
And then ends up that his love interest ends up with
I can honestly say I would make friends with like an inanimate object. I'd need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back.
Did you ever watch Mighty Boosh? Like Milky Joe?
No, but the biggest thing about Castaway, I think, which is amazing, is the one package
No.
that he never opens.
I love that.
Oh,
That's
It's got the
package-
and it's got the angel wings on it. and
That
everything.
package could have had a radio in it.
Yeah,
True.
or a
It
Swiss
could have
Army
had a
knife.
phone.
Swiss Army knife. It could have the fire
Yeah.
lightning sticks.
And he doesn't open it, and he delivers it at the end. He says, "This package kept me alive," and it's like,
I love that.
Matches.
Yeah.
It's even the bit when he gives back his fucking keys to his missus, and
Yeah.
he's got a Swiss Army knife on it, and they
yeah.
show it as well
Yeah.
because he uses it to open up a present in the car.
Yeah.
It's like
And
he could have
also-
taken it on with him because it's,
It's
a,
so
it's a
true.
FedEx airline. They wouldn't have cared.
Yeah. And yeah, if only he'd opened that package. It's like, oh, thanks. I've been waiting for that sat phone, the satellite phone for
What do they call it in
5
Pulp-
years or whatever it is.
What's it called in Pulp Fiction? When you don't know what the
MacGuffin.
It's basically
MacGuffin,
it's a
yeah.
MacGuffin
It
in
is
that
a
film
MacGuffin,
because
yeah.
you don't know what it is.
yeah.
But
Like
you're-
what's in?
Yeah, is it a satellite
And you
phone? Is
so
it-
badly want to know.
Yeah,
I started watching Captain Phillips the other day.
that's another good film. He's
Have
so
you watched
good.
it?
Look at me. Look at me.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen
I
the
am
whole
the
film?
boss. I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
Have you seen the whole film?
I've seen the whole film. Yeah.
When you said you started watching it, I thought you were going to say.
I started watching the other day. I turned it
the
off.
bit that broke me was the end when he's there, sat on the medical bed, and she's all like, "Captain Phillips, can you hear me?" and all this, and Tom Hanks is just acting his arse out.
Yeah.
and it's so brutal.
I wanna
He's just
say,
there,
like-
in trauma, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
The bit for me,
Yeah.
like, I'm really not a fan of the military or anything, but the snipers on the back of the boat, when he just says, "Kill
Yeah.
the tug, execute," and they just go,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
3 shots, and they take the guys out in the tugboat, and I was like, "Oh god, that's cool."
Wow. That yeah.
But yeah, but Stranger Things,
Stranger Things.
I would
We're gone.
take David Harbour Hopper on an island.
Are we
yeah.
still talking about that?
Yeah.
Well, he's allegedly the guy in Predator. Like, he's the guy they go into the jungle to find in Predator.
He's just missing his entire skin.
Yeah, because that's it. They go into the jungle to try and find Jim Hopper.
If we're talking about Stranger Things, I want to bring up the
Go on.
the Beetlejuice thing
Go on.
because that's really cool. Winona
Beetlejuice.
Ryder was in
Don't say it
Beetlejuice.
3
wasn't she?
times.
Don't say it 3 times. Oh, it'd be cool for Michael Keaton to knock on the door though.
Just in, yeah, Michael Keaton's here.
Yeah. doing TLC references.
But he shows up as Birdman.
Yeah. I work
Yeah.
at Bed Bath Beyond.
That's a great little Adam McKay dig at the
Police, the
economy
salaries.
in the world.
Yeah.
That a police chief is having to do 2 jobs to keep his family going.
Yeah.
He's got to work in Bed Bath and Beyond, and he's an actual police chief. I love that. It's ridiculous. It's a great little gag, that.
Try and find it.
Listen, he reads out the report about a serial rapist in the area, and he's like, "Well, we don't ignore it. You know, if you are walking that area, you know, keep your wits about you."
Yeah. Season 3, episode 2, where she's with the AV guy, and it's the model
yeah.
railway. Come on. Yeah, see the Beetlejuice thing?
Oh yeah.
So cool.
You know who I missed from
Winona
series
Ryder.
4? The teacher that they all use.
That was
Yeah.
a teacher thing, wasn't it?
You know the
Yeah, the
teacher.
science teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. Why
Where
is
He
did he go?
teaches him how to make the
sensory
radio.
deprivation test.
Yeah, but he's not there in
No,
series
the
4.
radio tower, don't they?
But he teaches. That's in season 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not in series 4, which is a shame, because,
He's great.
yeah, he's
He's
good.
had enough.
Mm.
Maybe. Well, I think it might be because of COVID. You see this in a lot of shows that have been coming out where certain actors aren't in it. And I wonder if it's because when they've been making it during COVID, they weren't able to film. Same happened in Afterlife, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of characters.
What did you
now-
say, Jim Carrey?
No.
No.
I thought for a second you said the teacher was Jim Carrey. I was like,
No.
was
that,
it?
that would be amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
Incredible.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in Afterlife, there's a couple of characters that don't appear,
Mm.
like the psychiatrist and the postman's girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
In the last series.
Joe Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Russian.
Yeah, she doesn't appear in it.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen series 4.
Well,
Yeah,
people-
it's
there's,
like-
there's scheduling conflicts and there's
Yeah, I think it's down to the
which get
whole
written
COVID
out
thing.
and stuff, but
Might be.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully, it kind of like covers a little bit, and we get a bit more, consistency of like shows and things. But
Mm.
Series 4 was great.
Series 4
Things.
was-
It was.
So-
I mean, I didn't like the Los Angeles bits. I didn't like that Will and Mike were just stuck out there for the whole.
Yeah, that annoyed me a bit.
They didn't do much, and they,
And the weird cannabis addicted.
Argyle,
He
yeah.
annoyed me. He annoyed me. He
Oh,
was-
I liked him.
Oh, he annoyed me. I
I kind
honestly-
of liked him, but do you know what the one
Oh.
thing that really like annoyed me so much? It annoyed me more than anything was Will's haircut.
Yeah.
I
mean,
know
yeah.
it was of the time, but it just the rest of them all.
Well,
He
it
went
seems
for the
also that they're trying to make us feel
Lego
super
vibes.
sorry for him.
yeah,
By giving him a shit haircut,
Yeah.
and then he's going through a moral crisis. Because
And you know-
obviously whole thing is
He's going through like a sexuality thing.
right.
isn't he,
Okay,
surely?
so it's like okay, well, let's give him.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hadn't got that at all.
yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I think it's alluded that
Because he loves Mike, does he?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's sad because
I didn't feel that.
I feel like I did because he was trying to recapture their childhood so much, and he's like, we could just play Dungeons and Dragons forever
Really?
and stuff. And
Because
it's-
they do that in series 3. They
Yeah.
talks about it. He's obviously feeling a little bit left
Yeah.
out. He's,
Oh, and then Mike's like, "Shut up, we're grown up
Right.
now."
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I see.
So clearly he's.
I get it.
I mean,
Also, there's a thing. It was actually Will's birthday.
Yeah, someone said on
the-
one of the days it's his birthday,
Yeah, and no one got him anything.
yeah.
Poor chap.
So So he's clearly. Let's say
Well,
he's
I-
clearly gay, right?
Well, I don't know.
I think
It's
that, I think
ambi-
it basically is that, isn't
it's
he? He's
ambiguous.
gay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. I love that what they're doing. But then it's like you've given him you've continued his terrible haircut
Yeah.
to make us feel even more sorry for him. I just think it's an insult to the character, to be honest. Like he should be like a badass character and should be like cool, not like
yeah. He's been in the shit.
He just wasn't.
He's been through it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Like
feels a bit
alone as well.
He was,
just
he was,
felt
he was the
annoying.
first one into the
Yeah.
Upside Down, really, and he was there for so long.
But he still has sort of flashbacks and visions. He can.
Yeah.
And he still has the thing on the back of his neck. He can
He's-
feel, at
Yeah.
the end of season 4, he can feel that Vecna is
Yeah.
there.
Because it's almost like a Harry Potter scar, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, the character that annoyed me more than Will was Jonathan. Jonathan did nothing in series 4. He was
No.
pointless. They might as well get rid of him. He's a terrible character.
He was just
get
like-
rid of
he
him.
I thought he was a great character in the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does nothing.
He does nothing. nothing. Get rid of him.
He was there.
Steve has
Steve,
a lot of growth.
fucking great.
I love Steve.
Oh.
Steve is my favourite.
How
Like, outside
it
of
was
Hopper,
so
it's Steve.
It was
I
so
think,
hard
yeah.
to remember what Steve,
Steve's
because
the
Steve in season 1 is a douchebag.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
beats up Jonathan out of like just a whim and stuff.
Allegedly,
I think
because of
that's
his
why
acting.
Jonathan's bad, because they were going to maybe get rid of Steve because he was a
Apparent-
douchebag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Apparently, the
And
Dutch brothers
Jonathan was
wrote
gonna
it,
be
didn't they?
Steve.
Yeah.
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 They
And
wrote
there's
it
that
to keep
whole
them on.
thing in season
Yeah.
4. There's all the tension between the chemistry between Steve and Nancy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're so you think, oh, they're so going to get back together.
Yeah.
Something
But-
will come of that.
It's got it, hasn't it?
Well, even
Well,
Natalia
Jonathan
Dyer
hasn't-
said it. Natalia Dyer was like, I think Steve and Nancy need to get back together, which is amazing considering she is in a relationship in
With-
real
I know,
life
I know.
Charlie Heaton.
with Charlie Heaton. Yeah.
Just Charlie. Yeah, his character in series 4 was just crap. It really was. It was.
They didn't give him much to do though, did they?
No.
He was just smoking weed, and there's a
Yeah.
cool scene where they're both smoking weed and driving.
But I think-
and they're just being so dumb.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I
It's
think
pretty-
that does?
I quite like that.
I think it does so well. Is it demonstrates the coming of age. People that you were when you were
Yeah.
younger and not.
That is
That's
true.
not who you're
That-
going to be when you grow
that's
up.
true, yeah.
And when you discover things like Jonathan discovers drugs, Mike discovers girls. Basically, he discovers 11 and he becomes obsessed with her and stuff.
Yeah.
He forgets his Dungeons and Dragon friends. Lucas goes to join the basketball team
Yeah.
and stuff and forgets who his friends were beforehand.
Will
It's like
discovers
Dustin,
angst.
and Lucas are like the two most
Yeah.
Dustin and Will are like the two most characters who try and keep their childhoodness going, which is so sad, but
Yeah.
also
Dustin,
amazing
I-
characters.
Really didn't like Dustin the whole way through. Season 4 got so much time for Dustin now.
I thought he was
Season 3
amazing.
actually, when him and Steve's.
I love the way he talks.
So cool.
I love the way he talks to Nancy and Mike's dad.
Yeah.
He's like, he's just there like, where's Mike? And he's like, well, I don't know if I should. He's like, son of a bitch, you're useless. You know that. And he just walks away. from
As a
me.
side thing there,
He's like, hey, don't you be swearing, motherfucker.
Mike
you're
and
useless.
Nancy's dad is brilliant.
Oh
For
yeah.
being like the I don't know, he's
Typical
the typical
oblivious
Republican
yeah.
American in the 80s.
And of course, there's that.
absolutely loving Reagan, listening to the government. I love.
But then there's that bit where Mrs. Wheeler is going to go and cheat on him with Billy.
Yeah.
And she thinks,
Oh,
she thinks she's
yeah.
going to do it.
Mrs. Wheeler.
And then she sees
So
him. He's
good.
asleep on the
Nancy's
sofa with. He's asleep on the sofa with his little daughter on his chest. And she's sleeping.
Yeah.
She looks at him. She's like, "That's the father of my children.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful man,
Yeah.
even if he's a bit of a wet flannel and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah. It's nice that
Um,
they did that.
I think what you
Yeah.
see as well in season 4 is the sort of the how lost the police are without Hopper.
Yeah.
Like, because he seemed like a fucking doofus.
Yeah.
Like for the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Especially like I saw a Wired autocorrect thing with autocomplete thing with David Harbour and Winona Ryder, and he's like, oh man. Because one of the things is like, is David Harbour big? And he's like, yeah, season 2 of Stranger Things, yeah, Hopper's like big fat Hopper. That's what he calls it.
Yeah.
And I love him. He's just there, just like with his massive belly and his beer and his smoke. So he's like, keep the door 3 inches open, like all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then when you see him when he's after been in the Russian prison for 8 months and stuff, and he's like
Ripped, isn't he?
well, he's
Yeah.
not ripped. He's just starved to death, basically.
Yeah.
And the chemistry between him and Tom next, sorry, I can't say his name. The prison guard's character.
Yeah.
Their chemistry is amazing.
He is my favourite character. I always go back to it. My favourite bit in the series, in the whole thing, has been in series 1, when he's trying to revive Will, and then it parallels back to when he's got his daughter Sarah dying,
Yeah.
and it keeps flashing
That
back,
loss, yeah.
and the music that's playing that, and he's like, "Come on, kid, come on." And it's so powerful. It's so
It is good.
emotional. It's
So-
so good.
Lucas is my favourite character.
He's a great actor, actually.
Do you know what? I looked at this on IMDb, and there's 42 episodes of Stranger Things so far.
Yeah.
Mm.
The guy who plays Lucas is the only one who's been in all 42 episodes.
No way.
He's great.
Yeah, the others have missed a couple, but like
Because
like-
he's super headstrong.
he's-
Except when he
yeah.
wants to be popular, yada yada, but he gets through that.
I
But-
love the joke is it the second series when they all dress up as Ghostbusters?
Oh,
Yeah.
And they assume he's going to be.
Why am I that
Tony
guy?
Hudson.
Yeah.
And he kicks off though.
It's like,
And it's
you
such a
have to
joke.
go, why? What? He's
Yeah.
like, is it because I'm black?
Yeah.
Because the
It's
interesting
so
thing was,
good.
I watched a couple of YouTube things about the Duffer Brothers have told the cast what's happening, what they think is going to happen in season 5. But that and all that like Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard have said is just it's really sad, and they were like apparently they were really crying when they read it. But that's it. That's all we know.
Shit.
But what do you
Yeah.
think happens?
I think 11 dies.
Because obviously we've got we've got the
Sacrifice.
we're set up at the end. Vecna is like coming to take over the world.
There's going to be
Yeah.
a sacrifice. It's going to be 11 sacrificing herself.
I think a couple of them. Might.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think so too.
I think Will.
No,
I think
no,
because
no.
Will's got this connection to the upside
If
down.
they're going to make
True.
people's heartstrings, like, it's going to be,
They're gonna do a Daenerys.
well, it's going to be
She's going to
11.
turn to a fascist.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 11, Hopper, and Steve. They're going to die.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that.
I
But
think
I also,
Jonathan's
as soon as
gonna
you
die.
said it, I'm like,
Maybe, yeah, okay, maybe
I think
Jonathan will
Jonathan's
die.
gonna die saving Nancy.
But I
And then
think
Nancy's
Steve
gonna be
will.
like
Bit of
sweet,
redemption
free.
there.
I think Steve will sacrifice himself.
yeah.
I think Steve will try and sacrifice himself,
Or-
and then Jonathan will jump in.
No, I reckon what's going to happen. Hopper will sacrifice himself for the kids, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Like you did at the end of season 3.
Steve's going to sacrifice himself, and he's going to push Steve out of the way. He's going to sacrifice himself,
Oh.
and then Steve becomes the one that has to look after the kids. Like he becomes the new Hopper almost. Like he becomes
Wow.
the one that looks over the
Yeah,
kids.
he'll
and
probably end
Hawkins.
up being like the sheriff or something.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be.
I like literally.
Hopper will be the ultimate sacrifice, I reckon.
I'm going to
Well,
say
no,
this.
Hopper's got to stay alive for the Predator.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's something where they say like, at the very end that like he's been called to Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Because that's where Predator is set. It's in the jungles of Mexico, and like he
So
goes.
what they're saying is part of the same universe.
Yeah.
No,
The
come on.
No, the Duffer Brothers have confirmed
Big
this.
time.
Oh, I love that.
They've said that they took the name Jim Hopper. They said they took the name from. They said it's not. They didn't say it's the same character, but Jim Hopper is the person that Schwarzenegger and Dutch and the other guys go to look for in the desert, in the jungle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Hawkins is Shane Black's character. That's what they named the town
I
after.
love that.
But it's and the thing is, they say that in Predator they describe Jim Hopper as a guy who's a warfare specialist dealing with very specific things, and that's Jim Hopper by the end of at least the end of season 3, if not season 4.
Amazing.
He's got a real specialism of dealing with difficult things,
Yeah.
and if that's the thing, they set it up because that's the other thing as well. Is the question is Predator and Stranger Things in the same universe? Because there's always this thing like, oh, Alien versus Predator, and then pedantically people go, well, surely the Predator's an alien as well. What if the Predator isn't an alien? What if the Predator is from the Upside Down?
The Predator's definitely from space.
Definitely.
Well, because you see an asteroid fall to...
And also
season-
in
you
Predator
see
2,
you see loads of their spaceships.
in Predator 2, the coolest Easter egg is when he goes into the Predator ship and you see the alien,
Yeah.
the xenomorph skull in the ship.
Yeah.
But then,
That's
but then you don't like this thing.
That's
how,
when you were like these.
But
these
this
universes
is the
connected.
question.
That was cool.
The question is, how far does the Upside Down extend? Is
Well,
it just planet Earth?
I was
Or is it the whole universe? Is the whole,
Well,
the whole universe
I was-
have an Upside Down?
I was
Like-
talking to you about this yesterday.
And then you've got the other thing as well, because there's another dimension, which is Vecna's mind. In the mind, Vecna has a whole
Oh.
thing within his
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
So yeah.
I'll ask you this, right? So when Vecna we spoke about this yesterday. Vecna
Yeah.
goes down to the Upside Down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all orange, isn't it? It's all red and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
with like the floating islands.
So
It's,
the
it's like Doom.
Right, so
yeah.
the Upside Down to everyone else
Oh.
is this black, bleak Hawkins, like this weird snowy stuff floating
Yeah.
around, and it's frozen in 1984, isn't it? Right.
83.
83, sorry.
Yeah.
And
This
then
is a floor I was.
Vecna he appears. Then there's a Demigorgon walking behind him. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, right. So Demigorgons have always been there.
Mm.
So this ultimate reality has always been there. He didn't create the Demigorgons,
Yeah.
at least. The Mind Flayer was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all orange skies. Did he create the bleak black Upside Down we see? Is that why it's dark and bleak? Because Vecna's
Is that
done
how Vecna is trying to get back to that? Because that's the
Right.
thing.
And
Is,
always-
is it
it's
like
always been like that.
Because it wasn't Hawkins. It didn't look like it was
Yeah.
Hawkins.
it doesn't look like
weird.
a ruined landscape? Yeah.
Because when Vecna goes through the thing,
Yeah.
he's
So-
falling from the sky. And
Yeah.
It's like surely
So-
he would just go to like the parallel bit of the building.
So that's the question: is there Hawkins-based reality, Hawkins upside down, and then basically hell?
and
Well,
then
is-
Vecna's upside down. Like
Do you
where
know what
he-
I
Yeah.
think? Do you know what I think would be cool? It would be a bit like Matrix. I think
Yeah.
they'll.
Realise that that's the real world.
No, I reckon the Upside Down, like the Demigorgons, that will side with the Hawkins lot, be like
To defeat Vecna.
to defeat Vecna.
Do you think?
Wow.
Because they're like,
I think
The
that's what it
Mind
is.
Flayer becomes an ally.
Yeah,
That's like Negan becoming an ally in The Walking
Yeah.
that's
Dead.
what I
yeah.
think. Because he's
What a great
basically
twist.
he's
I don't
completely
think
manipulated,
so.
isn't he?
Yeah.
That's why it's frozen in that time.
I don't think that will happen.
Yeah,
Because it won't look good as on a TV show.
No.
It's going to be balls to the wall, demigorgons everywhere. It's going to be. It's going to be.
That
all
is
that.
the only bit that
Wall to
disappointed
wall
me.
Demogorgons.
That's the only bit that disappointed me actually. The whole, like, all the gates are open, but where are all the demigorgons? Why aren't they running around?
They're on their way.
Well, that's the question. Is
Wow.
can like how
They'll be there.
how
It just
easy
takes
is it
time.
how
Yeah.
easy is it for them to cross through a gate? Like,
And maybe the
this-
government know about it,
Yeah.
and that's why they're kind of
Well, yeah. And do the Russians have a bigger part in season 5?
Well, I imagine
Like,
so.
Is there something there?
Oh yeah, true.
And how did they sedate a demigorgon?
True.
I want to watch that. I
Yeah.
want to see that as a YouTube
Well, clearly,
short or
'cause
something.
Joyce-
You've got some 80s
Well, no.
headspace.
Yeah,
playlist.
That's the thing, because Joyce uses the cattle prod, doesn't she, on the Demogorgon at the end of season 4?
Yeah.
And there's a whole wall of them lined up, the cattle prods. That's where she gets them from. So does electricity, like music to Vecna, does electricity to the Demogorgons do the same thing?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
If you have any ideas, please let us know in the comments below
Yeah.
what you think happens in in season 5, and please subscribe.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah.
We need it.
The bit where he's falling through the sky and he's getting shot by lightning and turning into like that crazy
Yeah.
Davy Jones Pirates of the Caribbean octopus man.
Great analogy. So exactly.
Why? Why? Because
Yeah.
everyone else can just go in and they're not falling through the
That's
sky.
why I
get
don't-
struck by
See-
lightning.
He's different. Him and 11.
But then why
Yeah,
is
but
the
11 can go in
sky?
there.
But does 11 ever go into the Upside Down?
No, she does.
When?
No, she doesn't.
No, she does.
When?
Does she?
She at the end of series 1.
Yeah.
When she
What
gets
was the end of series 1?
right, she gets rid of the demigorgon,
Yeah.
and then she goes in with it through like, the gap in the wall.
Yeah, and she doesn't get shot by lightning.
And they show a bit in series 2. She's
Ah.
walking around, and then she finds a little gap in a tree. She gets out, doesn't
Yeah.
she?
But this is it again.
Yeah.
It's a really simple thing for the Duffer Brothers to do. It's like they're different. Yeah, there's something about Henry Creed that
Yeah.
is like
But what-
there's something about one.
Yeah.
Why?
You know
why-
what made me feel
Well,
weird
he's the
is-
first one that went in there.
So what? That's my
So,
point.
yeah.
He
Is the
gets
upside
attacked.
down?
And
Have
is,
this orange
does
landscape
that
or-
make him like Neo from the Matrix? Is he the one? Is he
Maybe.
the first one who has the ability to control the world as he sees fit?
Well, yeah.
That's
'cause
why
he's super
I'm
powerful.
That's why I'm thinking.
He's
That's
got
why
every-
it's frozen.
And you know what makes something else. Sorry,
They probably
I don't-
explained
this is probably
I don't
dumb,
know.
but you know how like they've got the tattoos on their wrist, like 001,
Yeah.
011, like, and he goes, however many. That means at some point there's a 007.
Oh yeah. But it's dead.
Amazing.
What? Like
They-
what?
It's been 007's been killed.
Yeah, one of them has to be 007.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Could that be too much of a link?
It was the one in the suit.
Who liked
Who you never saw.
vodka martinis?
Yeah.
At a
The
young
one-
age.
Yeah, in the sand pit.
Yeah.
In a suit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good for
Little
Stranger
bonus.
Things.
I think
Part
we've
One.
touched on.
I think we
Stranger
have.
Things.
Yeah.
I think we should touch it
We
more.
clearly don't know
I think
enough
so.
about the universe.
We're
We're
gonna.
speculating a lot.
I think we're gonna research it more.
There's gonna be a lot of angry people that
Yeah.
are like, you guys
Let's
don't know what
get
you're
on.
talking about.
Yeah.
Stranger.things.fandom.wiki. We'll have a look.
Find characters that
I
are in
wanna
it for
know-
1 second and have a whole
Ben-
I wonder if there's
bibliography.
cameos in it.
I bet
Hang
you
on,
there's a
let's
whole. I bet you there's a whole
Oh,
wiki
God,
page.
no.
Yeah,
We were
we're
just.
fine.
Oh.
There will be a
God.
wiki page about the first Demigorgon
33
and about who his
minutes,
partner
alright.
was and where he came from. Guarantee it.
Do you think Demogorgons have a partner?
Yeah, of course they do.
Like platonic partners?
Yeah.
What are you on about?
I don't know. Luke's fucking frolicking off into the tundra
I'm-
of Demogorgon sexuality
hang on.
and relationships.
Well, how do they reproduce?
I don't think they reproduce. They don't die normally. Why would they reproduce
Well,
normally?
they do die because Hopper shot one on a.
Yeah, not normally. The other guy in the Russian prison got peppered with bullets and a fucking flamethrower, and he still didn't die until Hopper cut his head off with fucking Excalibur, which,
Well, they
by
do-
the way,
well, actually-
where did he get the sword
Actually,
from?
well, that's true. That was quite cool, though.
It was very cool.
It was cool. They do reproduce because that's that weird slug thing that appears in series 2 in Dustin's.
The Demodog, yeah.
Yeah, so they obviously do reproduce in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, that's another thing, is how they can cross over into the world and stuff. But Yeah.
Someone was telling me that they have actually gone back to remaster 1, 2, and 3.
What? They were only made in 2016. Why do you need to remaster them?
Just to like upgrade the graphics a little
It's
bit.
so whiny
Yeah.
then, but fuck me.
Yeah.
Like they're meant to be 80s. Like the bit I love the most about Stranger Things is when the opening credits come up, and the
I love
opening
that.
credits could be from the Dead Zone. They could be from Firestarter.
Well, I remember-
They're so good.
yeah.
They're so 80s.
I remember after the first series when the series 2 trailer came out,
Yeah.
the teaser, and it was just that bum 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 bum, bum, and it was literally a 2,
Yeah.
and then Stranger Things, and everyone just lost their minds.
And you know what? This is a question. I don't know if they used like Super 8 cameras, which is what they filmed things in the 1980s. I think they filmed things in the 1980s with, rather than the high def cameras they've obviously used to film Stranger Things. Would it have been better? Would it if it had that grainy ET feel?
I don't know.
Would it have worked? I don't
Yeah.
know. But
They've
yeah.
definitely captured the atmosphere, I think.
I will. Can I say one more prediction? I hope that Billy comes back.
I like
He's not
Billy.
coming back.
I like
I
Billy.
hope this because he's in Max's flashbacks, but I wonder if he's like Victor Creel. Is he trapped in the Upside Down somewhere?
Yeah. I thought he was an interesting character. I
Even
liked
though he got absolutely spit roast by the Mind Flayer.
him. Yeah.
Like, does he come back?
Yeah.
Which would be great.
He
What
was
are
a
you-
cool
what are you looking
character. He was a
Stranger Things thingies. Don't matter. I just found the Shaun of the Dead one where it's Chris Martin, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the zombie. When
He's
they
just-
do the-
Is Chris Martin the zombie?
Badlands.
Yeah.
Do-do-do. And then he's like. do-do-do-do-do.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy in the background. I think he's the one that actually goes in the window and they're like, "We're closed." And it's the same guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's the one they see outside and they're like,
Yeah.
they singing that
That's
song. Yeah.
I guess we're calling it a day. Thanks
Stranger
everyone.
Things, Part 1.
This is
Done.
Done.
subscribe.